All right, welcome back. We're going to go through a tour of the client portal. So this is the portal that sits inside of High Level. This is what your clients will see, and this is where you'll probably spend most of your time building AI. The agency portal is more so just an overarching deployment. It's like Go High Level. How much time do you really spend in the agency portal? You're mostly in a sub account, right? It's the same thing with us. You can always think of us as a mini GHL inside of GHL with the integration. But we're going to go through the client portal here, which is where all the magic happens of the AI. I'm going to show you where everything is, everything that you can do, and then you should be well educated, and then we'll set things up in a separate video for maybe action items that may come up. Nothing crazy, but let's go ahead and go over to the screen, easy enough, and let's go through each one of these tabs. Okay, so this is where you'll spend most of your time. Again, this is where all the AI is done. It's at the sub-account level to make it super scalable. We ran an agency too, which is where the idea of all this came from. So we understand that building a bot in a separate portal and bringing it into High Level, it's a lot, right? So we do everything at the sub-account level through this portal here. Now, the dashboard, very similar to the agency portal. Your sub-account has the message limits that they have, their minutes that they have, plus have done over the month. They can even see some analytics over their new conversation, AI sent messages and AI calls, and then some attention needed. For example, if they haven't created their first assistant, they can just go through task here. Now the same thing for the search anything works here, right? You can see anything here. That's how that works. Super fun. Find help documents. Super easy, right? So not too much for the dashboard, just kind of giving you an overview of the account here. And then conversations, we can see that here. So I won't go into, these are testing conversations, things like that. But as conversations come into your sub account, so inbound, outbound, we collect it all for, true conversation continuity of the AI. So anything like workflow sent, you send, team member sends, whatever AI sends, even if the AI is not active, we'll still collect it, just so that we can store it for the AI to use later, to learn more about how you're talking to your leads and clients and how leads and clients are talking to you. And because we allow infinite amount of, assistance, whatever, you can have different ones for different business functions, whether that be something like, support, success, sales. This you can be very dynamic. All that to say that the conversation history is there. So as you go through the customer journey, the AI is fully aware of everything that's going on. Or even if you're doing leads, if you're just using this for sales, you have this campaign going on, the AI fully is aware of the campaign and everything that's been said. So it can do its job based on everything that you've said to outreach and what the client said to reply to that outreach. Super fun, right? And you'll be able to see all the fun stuff there, logs associated with it. If there are any, the conversation pops up here. You'll see anything associated with it there, like conversation ID, Go High Level contact ID, email, phone name. All that is going to be here for you. Super fun, super easy, right? And those will begin to populate now that it's connected. Call history, if you're using voice AI and you're starting to make calls, you're getting them inbound, outbound, all of those will show up here. And I may even go to my account to kind of show this. Let me do that 1 second. Okay, there you go. So you can see some populated data. So there is all the conversations happening right now. And you can kind of see, I'm not going to show contact information, but we have ads running. We get a lot of organic traffic. We get tons of people opting into our funnel. So you can kind of see stuff right here going on. And you can see the difference between a client or workflow sent message, meaning you sent a message, your client sent a message, and or the AI here. And you can even see that if the AI performs a task, right, like it does something, like it books the appointment, it goes and gets available calendar times, it does anything, right, you can see exactly what it's done here. We give you full metadata, full visual of what the AI is actually doing so that you are very well educated and you're not left in the dark of anything the AI is doing. Because a lot of the platforms, right, it's all done in the back end, it's like magic, right, but you also don't get that visibility to triage or anything like that. But you'll see all that stuff here, and you'll be able to see who's sending what and where it's sending. So that's conversations, call history you can see here. So if I click on call history and we have some inbound, outbounds going out, we can see here, there you go. You can see a summary of the call. You can see the call ID, which you can copy over to do stuff later. You can download the recording. You can listen to the recording here. You can refresh call data if you need to. It's not populating. You want to refresh it. That can be done here. You can see how long the call lasted, to and from numbers, what assistant made that call, and then transcripts associated with that call can all be found here, and you get the full list of them along with analytics on all the calls. Performance, you can go here and you'll start to see things populate as far as usage, AI replies, API requests, things like that, so that you just get a full view of everything that's going on in the account. Super fun to follow. This is nothing you need to look at every day or anything. It's just kind of giving you an overview of what's been going on over the past month, something to the effect of that, right? Knowledge. So this is where you'll update things to your vector store database, and if that word escapes you, it's just saying that you're feeding knowledge to the AI in some sort of way, that you can create these here, right? You can name them, have fun with them. I have 2 here that we can look at. And then if we pop these open, you can see some of the stuff is in here, right? And we can add knowledge up here, text, FAQs, file, URL scraping, audio, video, anything can be added here. I'll tell you the best thing, just tip number 1 here. The best thing is always going to be plain text or FAQs. Something to the effect of that, right? FAQs, you can go in here and put question, answer, add it here. And which will create a vector store of question and answer for your AI to use. Super efficient. Our AI doesn't work on a retrieval model, which means that it doesn't go look for information. We just feed it to it every time, so it's fully contextually aware throughout every conversation. Super fun. All right, those are going to be the best things. Right now we're backed up on file uploads, so even now I recommend just using text or FAQs. Voice does not pull from knowledge right now because vector storing takes a little bit of latency. It takes a little bit of time. That is coming in a future update. And probably by the time you're watching this, funny enough, it'll probably be out if you're watching this in the future. But right now, this is just going to be for, for chat at the moment. I'll show you how to do it later in some more advanced use cases. Super easy for a little bit technical, but we'll walk through it. That's your knowledge. You have your assistants here. All right, so I have a subscription plan. I'll show you that here. It's limiting me to 5 assistants, but no worries on that. You can create folders to divvy out each one of your AIs and the type. So I separate all of my workflows and everything by where someone is at in the customer journey. And then I just play around with a ton here. You can just create them using this right here. And then as you create them, you can configure them in here, right? You can do whatever you need to here, and then you can throw them in a folder whenever you're done. Super fun. This is where you'll create all your AI. This is where you'll connect them to a number. This is where you'll connect them to an active tag. This is where you'll do all of your configuration. If it's looking overwhelming right here, I'll have a video on it walking you completely through it. Super easy. But that's all you really need to do here in the assistants is just create them and then get them out there. Now we have widgets. This is a beta product. As we continue to refine these things, these are like iframes you can put out there. And again, I think I prefaced it in the original video about the custom domain. You don't need a custom domain because we're still just going to mask it with iframes.ai just so it's gray label, white label for your clients, and you can put these on websites easy enough, right? And you can use these. They can click on them. They can talk to them here in the browser. Makes it super fun. We have different ones. We have a chat widget that's coming out here. We have the orb. We have a pop-up. We have programmable buttons. Anything you need will be in here in the widgets. Active tags. So because we don't use workflows to deploy our assistants to make it super scalable, right? How do we know what AI talks to who? And how do we know if the AI needs to talk to somebody or not? We do it with something called an active tag. And so all you do is you create a tag here. So I can go here. I just give it a quick name. I link it to an assistant. And then I create a tag that's automatically pushed to high level. And it's automatically deleted in high level if you take it out of here. So I do recommend you don't use one that you already have. Use a unique one. Makes life super easy anyways. But this is how we divvy out what assistant talks to which contact and whether or not to talk to that contact is via active tags. So if a contact has an active tag on, the AI will respond, and whatever active tag that assistant is linked to is which assistant will talk to that. If there are 2 active tags on a contact, we will just go to whichever one was added first. Makes it super easy, right? We won't get too much into it. There's videos for that later. And then numbers here. This is where you buy, get phone numbers, all the fun stuff you can even see here. If I click on phone numbers, you can buy or import, making it super easy to add a phone number to your voice AI. Super fun. And then you have your settings here. So settings, you have your account, which is just the sub-account stuff. You can get your access token if you want to do some fun stuff with API v2. There's your access token, by the way. You have your time zone, you have your phone number, anything associated with that sub-account is going to be in here. And then we have billing. So if you have rebilling turned on, you can see transaction history, your sub-account, your client can see the plan that they're on, the plan cost, and anything associated with that, as well as their Stripe IDs. Super fun. Same thing, help here, and then they can get voice minutes here if rebilling is on. They can just buy it from you at your price, making it super, super easy and an extra way to make money as an agency. So that's the client portal. Super fun to go through. It's probably a lot. No worries. Where you'll probably spend the most time is here in the assistants, just creating assistants. It's funny where the name comes from, right? And then you'll have active tags and numbers, but you can access those here, making it super, super easy. You really don't have to worry about too much of it. So that's the client portal. Just an overview here. We'll get deeper into some of the stuff later, but just a general overview of where everything is at. If you're not seeing this voice minute thing, like I'll pop over to the other one real quick. So this one doesn't see a voice minute thing. This is the one we've been setting up together here because it doesn't have a plan. It doesn't have any billing here, right? It's all set. It doesn't have a bill. So there's no way to bill them for voice minutes because they don't have a Stripe customer ID, right? Once we set up rebilling, they'll be able to get that button that's just automatically added. Nothing you need to do. But we'll get there when we get there. Remember, keep it simple. It's a lot going on. You don't really have to worry about it. We'll go deeper into some of this stuff like the Stripe integration. That'll be next on the next video. And those for the 97 plan still needing to connect to high level, we'll have a video for you there too. But there's your tour of the client portal. So you have your getting started, getting connected to everything, your tour of the agency dashboard, your tour of the client portal there. All right, we'll get into some of the specifics at the agency level like rebilling, white label, custom domains, things like that. And then we'll get into some of the specifics of the client portal, which is your knowledge bases, your assistants, your widgets, things like that in future videos. So remember, AI is super complex. Keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. I know AI, look, it doesn't matter where you go, who you work with. I mean, I just got an email earlier about someone who was with us months ago. They said they went out and tried every platform in the world, right? And came back just because of the trajectory and the ease of use. Every AI is going to be hard to use. It's AI. And you think about it. Think about the technology that you're taking advantage of right now. It was science fiction 10 years ago, right? It was something that we made horror movies about, but now it's here, and we're able to use it to make a tangible, positive impact to the clients that we serve. So it's a complex technology, okay? So keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to get crazy with it. Just remember, we want to work from a good foundation and then work our way up to the complex stuff, right? Super, super easy. So I hope that's helpful. We'll see you in the next one.